Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful morning. I'm glad to say that the sun's up, it's cloudless, there's no wind, so it looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. The sun's just risen. Myself and Alistair are both in the central parts of the reserve. I'm sitting at an area called Jackal Plains, which is in the far eastern corner. We're going to work this area for a little bit, see what we can find, hoping to find any signs of the Narus and maybe their cubs, and then we'll take it from there. But it looks like it's going to be a great day, so let's go and see what we can find. Got our resident group of ground hornbills that we often see around Jackal Plains. There's 6 birds in this group in total. That's quite a nice sized group. And there is a youngster. That's the youngster there in the back. No coloration on its face. Starting their early morning foraging.
Driving down the road towards S7, and I managed to pick up this young male lion. There have been reports of him in the south, but we believe it could be the young Torchwood male, but we're not 100% sure. We haven't had that okay yet, but yeah, what a nice male. Jeez, young male, probably about 4.5. Just some hyenas calling to the right. This male just stopped there. If this male does belong to the Torchwood Pride, or has come from the Torchwood Pride, it's a pride that comes out of the Sabi Sands and to the eastern boundary of Kruger. I've seen them a couple of times down right in the southeast corner, right on the boundary close to Kruger National Park and the Sabi Sands Manyeleti. Haven't seen them for a while. So if this is a male, it's really nice to see him. He's probably left the pride and he's gone out on his own. You'll see this male seems to have a growth or a lump on his belly. Could be one of the features we identify him by. We'll ask around and see if it is the Torchwood male. But let's see. Keep on moving north. I'm hoping while we're moving north, maybe we get audio of Red Road or we get audio of the Narus and we can see his reaction. This male's just stopped. He's seen some zebra on the left hand side of the road here. It's quite thick on the left, so he's got quite good cover. Let's see, maybe he'll try stalk them. You can see how he's going to the other side of the road. It's a bit lower than he was. He's stopped motionless watching. You can hear the zebra to the left. You can see the zebra on the top of the road looking at him while he's walking down the road towards them. They know they're far enough not to worry about him. So obviously picked up the scent of something. We're now on Porcupine Road. Maybe he's picking up the scent of the Naru females or red road male. Really interested in some scent here. This male's going off into a thickish area again. Not going to follow him through there. But I think interesting times lie ahead. He's a young male, as we said, between 4 and 4.5. And could pose a threat to the Naru Pride cubs. Especially if he comes across a lone female with the cubs. It could be a problem. You know, nomadic males coming in will kill cubs if it's not their cubs. So we just got to hope that Red Road keeps the sky at bay. But it'll be interesting times in the central part of the reserve.
Just bumped into a nice herd of elephants close to SA Dam. This little one suckling from mom. So it's a herd of about 10 or 15 elephants all around me here. Quite a few youngsters in the herd, but this youngster is by far the smallest. It's tiny. We haven't seen such a young elephant for quite a while now. I'd say this one's between sort of 6 to 8 weeks. Look how tiny it is, still fits under mom's belly. It's great to see that a animal that we've seen a few times. If you remember, in one of our first episodes we saw a mother rhino with a very young calf. Looks like they're both doing very well. There's a youngster just behind mom. So I've just got to the hyena den in the south. As I drove in here, there was one large adult and this youngster that's looking out at us. Adult seemed a bit nervous and ran off. The youngster went down. But I just sat here quietly and it looks like it's quite curious in us. Might come out a little bit. I can hear the other smaller youngsters down in the burrows. So hopefully they also come out for us. I'm just going to sit here a little while. Sit patiently and hope they all come out for us. This looks like that oldest cub that we've often seen here at the den, and that tends to hide away from us. Looks like that one. So I've waited here for about 20 minutes and no further sign of any cubs or adults. That youngster that did have his head out seems to be very shy and won't come out the den, and that adult hasn't come back yet. The two youngsters that I also heard, the black smaller cubs, they also haven't come out. So I'm going to start to head back to the lodge and let's see if we can find anything on the way back home. Just got to Main Dam and there's a nice herd of buffalo here. Probably about 50 or 60 of them on the opposite bank. And then also a group of hippos. The hippos are out the water sunning themselves. You can see a baby with that mom. Got the old pump house in the back there. They definitely do enjoy a good suntan on a winter morning, these hippos. Interestingly, they can actually secrete an oil known as hipposuric acid, so it does act like a sunscreen. We all know their skin's very sensitive to the sun, so when they do sit in the sun like this, they'll release that oil through glands in their skin, and it will protect their skin from the sun for a few hours. Just managed to bump into, looks like one of the Naru lioness. It's got quite a full belly. She is moving towards Main Dam. There's two lioness. You can see one running in the background there. That lioness at the back there seems very hurried, very stressed. This one seems fine. This female is the one with the broken end of the tail. So she's one of those first two females we found when we found those 8 cubs. They've definitely been on a kill, these two. They've got full bellies. Quite a bit of blood and grime all over them. I wonder if they weren't chased off a kill, the way that female came running in. And she keeps looking behind, so I wonder if they weren't chased off this kill by another lion. Got 2 more females coming in here, so 4 females now. Also very full bellies. So they must have killed something big last night or very early this morning. Probably along the lines of a waterbuck, zebra, wildebeest, or even one of these buffalo. This female closest to us here, she has also got suckle marks, and this female we haven't seen yet. So the other 3 females we've seen before and they've had cubs. This female's got quite a narrow face, like a long slender nose. And she's also got suckle marks, like I said, so that's great news. That means 4 females now have cubs. Comes Red Road male. Wow, he's got a massive belly. They've definitely all eaten something big here. I've just had to switch to another camera. My other camera batteries died, but luckily we got this one. Yeah, they've eaten something really big. Red Road has got a massive stomach. These females have all gone to lay down now. They're busy grooming themselves and all finding a bit of shade. I'm just going to stick with them for another few minutes, see if they do move off into this drainage line area. It's a perfect area here for cubs. They have denned to the right of me here in previous years. But this is the most, or in terms of members together, we've seen for quite a while. 4 females together. We've usually either just seen 2 or 3. But to see 4 together after a big meal plus the male, it's been a great ending to the drive. Just had another female come down to drink. So that's 5 females. I'm very curious to see when this one stands up if she has any suckle marks, because that'll mean 5 females have cubs. Can you imagine 5 females in this pride with cubs? We definitely know the youngest female doesn't have, so maybe this one is the last one with cubs. So guys, that's incredible news. Looks like she also is showing signs of suckling. So 5 females of the Nauru pride are with cubs. We're looking at potentially maybe 20 cubs from this pride in the future if they can all survive. Well guys, I'm going to end off here at Main Dam with these Naurus and Red Road male behind me. What an incredible way to finish, to have 5 Nauru females now that are supporting cubs. That's incredible news. Can you imagine the day we find them all together, maybe on a kill or just in an open clearing or drinking water? What a sight that'll be. But otherwise, what a great morning it's been. Alistair got that male lion close to main camp. We've got that nice breeding herd of elephants in the south, and that mother and calf rhino, and some other general game along the way, also that hyena at the den there. But what a highlight this was to finish off with these lions at the end. And that's the bush full of surprises, and you just never know what you're going to see until you're back at the lodge. So we've had a great morning. We'll see you next time, and take care till then.